have the pleasure to show you the NERV project today. NERV is an asset-related network connecting multiple blockchains. It's at its essence a cross-chain DeFi solution. The mainnet was launched 3 years ago and has been operating steadily since then. Even in an environment where several cross-chain protocols have constantly suffered from security incidents, gladly we have never had to deal with a major security incident ourselves. We share some similarities with some other projects, including Layer 0, which is a well-known cross-chain project. We already integrated more than 30 blockchains, or most of them EVM-based. We have several advantages, including that we are a completely decentralized cross-chain solution. We achieved this decentralization creating special validators that we call virtual banks that constantly monitor outgoing and incoming cross-chain transactions, and they are protected with multi-signature accounts. NERV is very cheap and currently is configured to offer zero-fee transactions between the network. But of course, when cross-chaining, we need to charge a fee as we cannot bypass the blockchain's rules. We also very fast between the network itself. It enjoys 2 seconds of finality. And of course, it depends on the target blockchain, how much time it requires. Some blockchains are faster, some are slower, and depending on the current transaction volume as well. NERV does not have a smart contract engine. Instead, all the logic has been implemented at the blockchain level itself. After all, it's a lot more difficult to cheat a whole blockchain rather than a network or a set of protocols. NERV is not only a blockchain, but a full suite of products, of DeFi products that we will talk about in a few minutes. We gladly have some important companies managing some of our validators, including OKEX, among others. As I stated, NERV includes several DeFi products. We have the bridges, of course. We have a swapping engine, a farming facility, and also an aggregator. The bridges are the most well-known products, of course, and it already includes the 30 blockchains we support. Already assisted more than 1,000 tokens to circulate between multiple blockchains. We have developed our own AMM DEX engine that also supports all the blockchains integrated and also is very fast. NERV is also not only a bridge, but also an aggregation channel and supports multi-routing features. As I stated, we also developed our own farming solution, so projects can create liquidity pools and, of course, mint the special tokens called liquidity pool tokens, so they can offer more opportunities for their users. We have, of course, our own explorer, and finally, our own aggregator that includes mainly 2 products, the bridges and the swap mechanism.
Swapbox, you have 1 minute left. Please go on.
Swapbox smartly chooses which product to use. Sometimes you need to bridge, sometimes you need to swap. Lastly, we have partnered with MakerHub, which is a standard MMA service, and they committed that if projects put more than 100,000 liquidity in our pools, they will offer their services for free on CEX exchanges. These are the partners on which MakerHub works with. Our resources, and that will be all. But before I wrap it up, I would like to stretch out the fact that the future is multiple blockchains. Several blockchains will appear targeting different use cases, artificial intelligence, NFTs, metaverse, and who knows what. So cross-chain operations, cross-chain services will be on high demand in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for showcasing your initiative. I have 2 or 3 questions from my side. After diving into your website, I understood you have virtual banknotes. Could you very shortly explain what it is and how users can obtain these?
Yes. So as you know, normal proof of service, proof of staking blockchains have two kinds of nodes: the normal nodes and the validators. In there, we added a new layer called the virtual banks. That is a special validator. This offers the same service that a normal validator does, but above that, monitors the cross-chain transactions on the incoming and outgoing transactions. So they monitor them and they reach consensus if transaction achieves the requirements to enable or disable the transaction. This is how we achieve decentralization in our solution.
Many thanks.
Everybody can be a virtual bank. So if you have enough tokens to stake, you can be a virtual bank.
That's an awesome concept. Thank you for highlighting. And you have quite a robust infrastructure, I would say, with a lot of functionality. So I was wondering what milestones are mapped out next for NerveNetwork?
Sorry, didn't get that.
Which milestones are mapped out next for NerveNetwork?
Okay, of course, attracting more blockchains, more projects to our ecosystem. And we also partnered with a Swiss company that we will build their product that is fully regulated. So we are very, very busy. We will announce this when we can. We can do anything, you know how these things work. But mostly it's developing more products and integrating more blockchains, mostly DeFi oriented.
Lovely. Then I have one final question. There are quite some security gaps with bridges. I believe there's been over $4 billion stolen in hacks last year. So I wonder, how do you secure your bridge infrastructure?
Exactly our point. The whole point is this, because most cross-chain solutions are implemented as a set of smart contracts on a single server. So you steal the key and that's it you need to do. But in our case, we implemented all the logic of the cross-chain functionality at the blockchain level itself. So we do not have even a smart contract engine. The blockchain itself is that regulates and monitors the cross-chain transactions. So it's a lot more difficult to hack whole blockchain than just a cheat smart contract, right? So that's why we developed Nerve in this regard.
Absolutely. Thank you for clarifying. I'm glad to hear you tackle the challenge like that. We're also out of time. So Berzek, thank you so much for joining the event. It was a pleasure to have you on. Take care.
Thank you very much.